And we're back. Welcome to the St. Andre podcasts, folks.
Got another banger.
Heyo.
No, we're not. It's not a trick. It's another banger. You know what is a trick, though?
What?
The guy.
The shots Josh Kelly hits. He's a trick shot artist. Hole-in-one trick shots.
How long have you been sitting on that?
I've been sitting on it like a little egg for a long time.
I bet.
Aaron wakes up in the middle of the night, shoots up out of bed, and goes, I know what I'm going to say to intro our guest
I have
tomorrow.
a podcast pun.
He goes, Courtney, wake up.
Then he practices.
Babe, wake up. Wake up.
This is, I think I need an audience.
I know what
This is
I'm
good.
going to say. Then he practices it the whole drive here.
Yep.
Yeah, that checks
Yep.
out.
He goes,
Yep.
But what is? But you know what is a trick? Our guest's job.
They're gonna love this.
His trick shots are so cool,
He's unreal.
and
He's a
they
magician.
feel impossible. It feels like a magician, is what it feels
It
like.
really does.
an
Or a
illusionist.
witch or a wizard.
I wouldn't
He
be
sold a soul to
surprised.
something.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had witchcraft in his ancestry. Like maybe before one of those ladies got unjustly probably burned, she had a child that became Josh.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
begat,
yeah.
then begat, and then we got Josh.
They begat each other.
Yeah. Is that
A lot of people begat. It was like Joshua, Josh.
for sure?
I like the idea that his ancestors were one of the ones that escaped. His mom was burning at the stake, and someone's like, "Smuggle out the baby."
Yeah, it has powers. It's like it has like a pine cone. It's just like whacking around with a stick, like really cool. Just like let's keep this one.
This one's good. And he went on to use that power to do trick shots.
Yeah. It's,
that's
for
the
on the
thing.
witch scale, that's pretty harmless. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it's pretty harmless.
Yeah, it's like it seems like he's gonna use his powers for good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for now, every good villain starts off good.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna lure these children to hell, and he's like, I'm gonna hit a flop shot over my back.
Yeah,
And they're like,
just like hitting stuff off of other stuff.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, he's a good witch.
Yeah,
he's a good witch.
he's a good witch.
Again, for now, he seems like a really nice guy. He's got a really nice family, but all it takes is one bad thing to happen before
Yeah.
a good guy becomes a bad guy.
Yeah, your mother gets crushed by a house.
And then
Just
he's using his trick shots for evil.
Yeah, some little girl from Kansas steals your mom's valuable shoes.
Yeah.
Jason Day comes down in a bubble.
Matt Fitzpatrick comes out of the woodwork and he's leading you down a golden brick road.
No.
I feel bad that I'm the only one that did not get to meet Josh Kelly, and I'm the one that's like, probably mom's a witch. I don't know that, but it
Josh
seems
is great. He is actively looking for a new name. He said because he's a great golfer. He's doing a lot more YouTube stuff, playing matches. So it's not just trick shots. Even though that's what he's known for. So he could do like Josh the Good Witch.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, what is a warlock? Is a male witch? I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, warlock is the name for that, but I think they're less powerful.
I thought it was like actor. You know, it's for male and female now.
Oh, I guess it is, but yeah, can't you? I bet a bunch of the men were being called witches back in the day, and they're like, "Doth not call me that. I'm a pursuer of war.
War.
And I'll put you in a little headlock.
I have balls.
Can I lock you?
Put you in a headlock, and I love war. I'm a warlock.
Warlock.
That's where it came
Just like,
from.
well, we
Look it up.
can't burn a warlock.
Yeah,
That's
I
scary.
really don't want to be put in a headlock anytime
Yeah,
soon.
that guy probably sinks.
Producer Paul just looked it up and he's like, "That's true. You can't burn a warlock."
Is a warlock.
I thought you were saying you can't burn a
You can't
warlock.
burn a man.
You're like, that's true.
Men don't burn.
That's true.
Yeah. It is crazy, wasn't it? The witchcraft thing, like they would put them in the water, and then if they sank and drowned, they'd be like, "Oh, that was not a witch."
Yeah, after they were dead, I love it. Like after they killed them, if they sank, they're like, shoot.
If you drown to death, you're innocent, but if you float, we're gonna burn you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna die one way or another, but you'll be remembered as a witch or as a error we made.
I'll go, ooh.
That's a tough system.
Yeah, brutal.
We had to know though.
That's what we
I'm
call a
glad we did it.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah, man, you'll see in the video if you're watching this on YouTube. We interviewed Josh right in front of a pool. We should have tried.
You guys should
I
have
can't
tried to
believe we
see
didn't try.
if he floats.
He's tall. He probably would have fought back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch his trick shots if you haven't. They're unreal.
Yeah.
Every
Very
year
cool.
he posts a compilation. It's like a video from each month, the biggest banger. And I think it's pinned to the top of his profile right now. You should watch it. You'll get a good glimpse into what he does.
He's got a great profile. You can also binge. You can spiral on it. So
Yeah.
if you're a person that likes a spiral, he's got a good one.
Yeah, he's a big swiper. You just
Yeah, you keep going, whoa, 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 whoa.
right.
And also kind of like us with sketches, you're like, how many more cool ideas are there in this very specific thing? And you watch his trick shots and it's like, nope, he found a new way to do like
To do it.
cool stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's 7 years in. We talk about that.
Crazy.
Wow.
When I first met him 6 or 7 years ago, we were on a shoot together in Dallas. He was working full time on the railroad. Really, in Jersey, outside, welding, fabricating. He said,
Was all the live long day?
all the live long
all
day.
the live long
Wow.
day.
Yeah,
I don't.
Those are long live long days. For
It's
those
really
guys.
truly, and it's interesting. You'll have to listen because it's just also a very fascinating story. I'm like, that sounds. I mean, he's been grinding. He worked.
Right.
He
Yeah.
didn't just come up overnight. So you want to cheer for him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All these guys that just overnight sensations. No thanks. I want the hustle. I want the grind.
Right.
And the fact that he's a witch baby
true.
and he
That's
survived
huge.
so much persecution up until this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also I hate a lot of trick shot artists. Can't help it.
Whoa.
There's like brothers who are in obviously a family basement and throw CDs at a PlayStation, and then it's the reactions kill me.
It's like destruction.
They're just the cheesiest. Like, oh! And it's the dumbest
Yeah.
little trick shot. And I hope the house burns down.
How do you feel about Dude Perfect?
They're fun.
They're fun.
They are fun.
But that's like the another like
There's good and
that's
bad
like
versions
the
of
biggest
everything.
version of trick shots that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Is the Dude Perfect guys. And they've made it last what, 15 years?
Yeah.
They have like their own sports.
They
like
do
a-
arenas.
Yeah, they do
do
all
live
kinds
shows
of
in
stuff
arenas.
now. That feels
They
like such a
probably-
hard thing to pull off because you get an arena. What if the trick doesn't happen and a bunch of people sat around and waited forever? and,
yeah.
like, we didn't.
Our friend Michael's the DJ for that. We should have him
Yeah.
on and talk about it.
I was just gonna say I bet that they got witch moms too. The Dude Perfect guys.
100%.
Yeah.
We're throwing around a lot of accusations here.
Well, at least
there's
none of us are
nothing
wishing
wrong.
their house to burn down, psycho.
That is true.
I just realized it's the third time in this podcast. Someone you're like, I don't know them, I don't care. You're like, I wish that person would die or their house would burn down. And then I asked you about it. You're like, well, if I don't know them, I don't
Well,
care.
listen, if all it takes is one, if that happens, I'll stop.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
We should not talk about witchcraft or trick shots anymore. Andrew,
Yeah.
I want to know about you because this interview,
Thank you.
we've been talking about Josh the whole time, and
Yeah.
then we're the ones who interview Josh.
We've been together for a whole week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys. Aaron's been hanging out with us separately because we went on a double date this week.
We did.
with our gals. Yeah,
What?
yeah. You can come to the next one. There's just at the table we got. There was only 4 seats.
Yeah. You weren't invited.
No,
you
I
didn't tell
wasn't.
you guys. You were with her whole week right after our double date. Never mentioned it.
No, you weren't invited.
Oh, I weren't. I weren't. I thought
You
said,
were not. No.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
No, we went on a double date because you weren't invited.
Yeah, that was why.
oh yeah. Keep talking about
But
you, Andrew.
yeah.
at the date, I mentioned to Aaron and Courtney, I was like, yeah, this weekend Anna and I are going to Asheville because I don't have shows, and we're just doing like a one night getaway to Asheville. And you guys were like, you got to go to the Biltmore House, and I was like, okay, cool. Well,
AKA Richie Rich's house. You seen
Really?
that movie?
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Early
I
Macaulay,
forgot.
Macaulay.
That is the house where they shot it.
The Culk.
the Culk.
The Coke Man.
Congrats, Kieran.
Yeah.
Big win.
Oh yeah, Kieran,
Yeah.
winner.
Congrats, brother.
Yeah,
Brother.
nice job.
So you went to the Build House.
Is it where they filmed Richie Rich?
Yes.
Wait,
I
no,
forgot
for real?
that as I was walking through. I wish I had been thinking about
I
that
told
more.
you that, and you
I
were
know.
freaking out the night before.
But I forgot because when you go through, first of all, if you don't know what it is, feel free to Google it. But it's a giant like European mansion castle in the middle of Asheville, North Carolina, on like 1,000 acres. Yes, hand raised.
Is there actually a McDonald's in it, like in the movie?
No,
No.
But there's one right by the entrance of the estate, which is like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
You get to the entrance of the estate, and it is legit a 20-minute drive to get to the residence.
yeah,
That's
there's also
crazy.
not a little dinky Mount Rushmore of his family.
Yeah.
behind it.
Shoot.
Yeah, I think they
I don't wanna
CGI'd
go.
that.
Yep.
That was before CGI. They probably had to make that.
It was probably a model.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But this house is insane. They preserved it. You do a tour, you get a little phone they give you in every room you go in. You type the number, and it tells you about that room and what it was used for. And you go through like the library and the billiards room and the garden, and they have like it's enormous. Then downstairs they have the servants' quarters, and they have 30 bedrooms.
Wow.
And it was so fun walking around. But when we were leaving, Anna was just like, "Man, that was so cool. Wouldn't it be crazy, like cool to like have lived like that?" And I don't know how you felt after you left, but I was like, no, I think we have better situation now than he did then in like the 1800s.
Yeah.
Even though he had all the money, all of our modern stuff is better than what he had then.
100%.
I'd rather live in our townhouse than live in that house. Doesn't have any. She'd be like, what he had a library with like 3,000 books, and I was like, all those would fit on my phone.
100%.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
like every room in that house is just an app on my phone.
Yeah.
Like every room.
That's
like,
so true.
Like, it's like there's a billiards room. I'm like, I have Angry Birds and Candy Crush. I have like all the.
You're good.
There's a whole room for conversation. It's literally a conversation room. The guy would be like, this is where they would sit and have conversations. And I'm like, we have texting now.
FaceTime, anywhere.
And what I'm hearing is Andrew's like, if my wife could be an app, I'd take that.
I think they have that.
Really?
I think. She's like, there's a fireplace in every single room. I'm like, yeah, 0 flat screen TVs in any
Yeah,
room.
that's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah. You know what I really loved about that movie, Richie Rich? Is at the end when he tried to steal the money, he's like, get me into the safe. And it's just trinkets of their son.
Oh, yeah.
And they said our most valuable stuff is memories.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the.
Beautiful.
I almost said Indiana Jones, The Empire Strikes Back. Indiana Jones, what's the one with the
Temple of Doom?
Grail? The Grail.
Last Crusade?
Last Crusade.
Oh,
when
with
they
the
go
cup?
and they're looking at all the rich stuff, but really it's just
It's the dinky
it's
one.
the wholesome, nice one.
The dinky inky
Kind of
one.
like Richie Rich.
Yeah, Jesus had bad taste.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow, Aaron.
That's terrible.
Cut that out.
He was a carpenter.
Yeah. Humble
probably
beginnings.
likes the
Humble
And
beginnings.
endings. Yeah.
But yeah, I always thought that was really beautiful. And it sounds like Anna understood that sentiment leaving
Yeah.
the house, but you're sitting there being
was
like,
mostly just
this
trying
is the way.
I was trying to ruin her cool time that she had.
Right.
That checks
Yeah.
out.
Being like, we got it better now.
Yeah,
Don't worry about any of
you
this.
gotta start doing a lot more shows if you want to get a Biltmore house.
Biltmore mansion. Yeah. Honestly, the amount of fireplaces they had was very cool, but you would have to have a lot of staff to
Yeah.
be keeping those blaze all the time. They have a different dining room for one for dinner and then one for breakfast and lunch.
What?
You just don't need it. You just don't need it.
No.
It's giving Saltburn vibes.
The Vanderbilt family. It was very Saltburn.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was like, yeah, that's exactly kind of what
I think it's
like.
bigger than Saltburn.
Really?
I'm gonna guess.
Probably.
If you
It's the
whatever
closest we
you're
have to a castle
picturing,
around
it's
here.
bigger.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. They had a, do you see the pool?
Yeah, inside
They have an indoor like basement pool.
in bowling alleys.
Bowling alley. They
no
have a
one-
gym. That's so funny. The equipment that's in the gym, like it's like wooden dumbbells, and like they had like bowling pins, or not bowling pins. Like it's like big bowling pins they would use for exercising.
Yeah, instead of like a kettlebell.
It was very cool.
No one lives there, right? This is just a museum now.
No, they have like an inn like nearby where you can stay on the property,
Oh.
but I don't think you can stay in the house.
Got it. Okay.
And apparently the Vanderbilt family, like multiple generations, a few generations ago, like they all squandered it. Like they don't have any money. They don't have a lot of money anymore.
Whoa.
Shoot.
You know the famous person that direct descendant?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
Comes from the Vanderbilts.
Nepo baby.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch that show anymore.
CNN.
I don't support Nepo babies. So
Yeah,
I
I don't-
can't go to your anything you do actually.
Yeah. You can only see me when I'm in comedy clubs. You can't see
Yeah,
me.
I can't. If you see you in a church, no.
You can only see me at the gigs that I get despite.
Yeah.
That was a really good endorsement for the Biltmore House. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, they didn't give me anything. It's expensive to go there.
How much is
It's
it
like
to get in?
$100 to
Whoa.
get to, like, per person to go do the tour.
The tour?
Yeah.
That's how they're recouping all those losses. Cooping.
Truly.
Anderson Cooper.
It all makes
Rear
sense.
Anderson
All makes
Coopering the
sense.
losses. Yeah.
Seems like a witch.
But I will say it was awesome, and you could spend the whole day there. It was really cool.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're on the internet, check out HoleIn1TrickShots, aka Josh Kelly. If you're in Asheville and rich,
Yeah, go to the Biltmore
check out the
Mansion.
Biltmore House.
If you're neither of those things, watch Richie Rich today because it has a great message at the end, and it's not that money is everything.
Right.
It's the family is what matters,
Mm-hmm.
as long as you put your family heirlooms behind a mountain with your own faces carved in it.
Yep. And also learn to play baseball so that when you get out in the real world, no one makes fun of you. They don't go, hey, Chumperoony.
I really want to. Didn't he have a roller coaster in his backyard?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did.
He had everything. He
He
had
had
everything.
everything. He's
I
Richie
feel
Rich.
like that's like, you know how you think like, oh, if we get like a pool table, we're gonna use it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you use it for like the first month, and then it
100%.
just sits there. I feel like that's how having the same roller coaster in your yard.
Yeah,
would be.
Richie Rich and Blank Check were the movies that made me hate my loving, hardworking parents.
Totally. Blank
Yeah.
Check is it's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we don't need to get into that. We need to get a Josh Kelly.
Is that Frankie Muniz?
No.
No, I know name her.
It's the 12-year-old that makes out with the 34-year-old in the end. It's very strange.
What's
and
the one I'm
illegal.
thinking of
I
with Paul
forgot
Giamatti?
about that. Frankie Muniz is Liar Liar. Big Fat Liar.
Big fat liar.
We're going to Josh Kelly now, aka
Aaron and I are going to keep talking about nostalgia
We'll do a
movies.
separate episode.
All right, y'all just keep going. Just put the mics down. We can, and Josh Kelly, he's great. He works on the railroad. Not anymore. He does golf full time.
Sweet
And
man.
he's going to be a full time
He's a
mainstay
warlock.
on your Instagram page if he isn't already. We love him. Enjoy Josh Kelly.
Hashtag Warlock. This podcast is brought to you by 4Wellness. And speaking of 4Wellness, let's talk about this. Their Superfood Bite. It is one of the cleanest products on the market right now. This small guy packs a huge health punch. It's got natural caffeine derived from the coffee. It's USDA certified organic. Got mushrooms, cocoa powder. It's only 90 calories and it tastes like a moist brownie. What else could you want? Check it out. Go to 4wellness.com. Use the promo code Andre, that's ANDRE, for 25% off. Back to the episode.
Josh Kelly, Hole-in-One Trick Shots is here.
I'm not ready for that.
You don't clap.
pretty
We
sick.
clap for you.
Okay.
It was
You're
a
the
warm
star.
welcome.
It's a little more than the golf clap. It was pretty loud. I like that.
Yeah.
We want you to feel good. You're
pretty
Josh
explosive.
Kelly, not the pop singer, the trick shot guy.
Is he a pop singer? He's a country singer, though, isn't he?
He's
Josh
like more
Kelly?
like alternative pop.
Okay.
Also married to Katherine Heigl. I don't know if that's a flex or a diss, but it's a fact.
The fact you said it might be a diss is kind of a diss.
Well, some people don't like her.
So, PGA Tour Superstore Summit.
Yeah.
It rules. How's your experience been so far?
First time here. Absolutely love it. Obviously, we're here at PGA National. 75 degrees. Beautiful. It's about -3 back at home now. So, But no, it's been amazing to kind of get to know some of the associates, try out some of the gear for next year. Played you in a little 9-hole match today.
Beat you, actually, I think is the correct
All right, spoiler
terminology. Stomped? Oh,
No, it was fun though.
Sorry.
We did like a reverse mulligan challenge, and I chipped in twice, and Aaron made me, re-hit both of those shots.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun, though. But it's been a great time getting to know you guys a little bit more. Was great. Big fans of everything you guys do. So, and to be on the pod here, this is probably the highlight of the trip for me. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Dang,
that's so cute. Well, good for us.
Really good, really
Yeah,
good.
applaud us.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Thank you.
I don't know if you know this.
What?
Josh and I go way back.
Really?
We
Sure
did
do.
a couple shoots together 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
probably 7 years ago.
Yeah, in Dallas with AT&T for the AT&T Byron Nelson.
That's right.
Just did some silly, fun videos.
Yeah.
You were working on the railroad at the time?
What?
Yeah.
Full-time?
I was working full time on rail cars. I was a welder, crane operator, basically a fabricator.
And you're lying?
What's that?
You're lying about that? You're a fabricator?
You're fabricating everything?
Yeah.
They're like,
Oh,
is this train
yeah.
good? And you're like, uh-huh.
Good to go.
Get on your way.
May or may
Toot
not have done
toot.
that a few times. Oh, yeah, here's 1 mile of train.
I'm a professional fabricator. I think you're a spy, brother.
Oh,
That's awesome. No, yeah, and then we had an AT&T shoot, and Aaron, I think he did his first golf skit. One of his first golf skits.
Yeah?
so it was golf related.
It was golf
It was, yeah.
related.
It was a PGA event.
And
Yeah, doing social.
It actually, I went back and watched it not too long ago, and it's actually pretty funny. It was really well made. Basically, the premise was we were sharing a hotel room, and I was doing my trick shots like nonstop and just making him furious each time. At the very end, he gets hit in the back with the golf ball as he like leaves the room. It's pretty funny, but I think, since that was your first golf skit and now you're making golf content and now you guys are successful, I probably deserve a little bit of equity. I'm thinking
Heard.
anywhere maybe between 1% and 5%, if you don't mind.
Wow,
So
you
that'd
aim
be-
low. I would ask for 10.
Yeah, well, 10% is fine.
Yeah,
too.
feels
that'll
legit.
work.
Feels
I would have
legit to
gone.
me.
I just would have gone 10 always.
Yeah.
If you watch anything on Shark Tank, always start with 10. No one's asking for 5.
Yeah, it's a good point.
That's a very good
start
point.
Start
You
high.
know what I'm saying? Because he can always go
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
You said 1 to 5. Where's he going to go below 1?
From 1, it's tough to go too far down from there.
Yeah.
You're getting
Yeah.
into decimals at that point.
Yeah. I'm just telling you what I did. He didn't give me any equity, but at least I started high.
I'm gonna go.
That's so fun. So that was your first time. Did you always were you just acting in that? Were you writing with it?
Directing and also
Directing,
acting.
okay.
I was acting in a couple of it.
Nice.
Couple sketches. And Tisha, our friend.
Yeah.
She was in some stuff too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That might have been a first little spark,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Golf videos.
You're
Fun.
like,
Going
oh,
on the
this is
course, making
super
funny
easy.
videos. The dream.
Yeah.
It has been so fun watching you blow up from
Thank you.
Yeah,
then. I mean,
you're good.
it has not been an overnight. You've been so, I feel like every month you have some incredible video, incredible trick shot. And it's been so consistent.
Thank you.
But just, I don't know. It's very fun being able to hang out with you then, knowing kind of having that conversation of what you're doing, but starting to be like, I could do this. Like
Yeah.
we're having some traction over here, and now seeing you down here, you're Callaway darling. You're just a star. It's very
Callaway,
cool.
a darling indeed. Yeah.
Well, thank
Charming, father of 2.
Yeah, father too.
Creeped your Instagram. Your children are beautiful.
Thank you.
So
Thank you very
cute.
much.
You have a beautiful
I
family.
haven't posted about them in a while, so you had to go pretty far back for that one. So I
I
appreciate
had time.
I appreciate the.
I couldn't sleep last night.
No,
Wow,
but
this is what love looks like. This is what a happy family looks like. 2 of them. Just kidding.
no, but
You'll never know. Okay.
it's been amazing. I started my account for fun, and this was 7 years ago before. Vine was pretty big. I guess you were maybe doing it full time. I'm not sure, but not
really.
many people were doing it full time.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of YouTubers, and I had never. It wasn't even an option. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to start an Instagram account. I'm going to get a lot of followers, make money, and quit my job. It's going to be great. Now that's what ended up happening. Thank God. I mean, 3 years ago I was able to quit my job, and now I do it full time.
Cool.
I'm also a golf instructor, so I do teach part time, but. The busier I get now, it's the golf instruction kind of takes a back seat, but that's a little bit of a backup plan if something goes wrong here. But and also I still know how to weld, right? So I can always go back to the rail yards
And fabricating.
and weld and fabricate stuff.
That feels like something that stays with you forever.
Yeah, no, it should be like riding a bike, but that's the very backup plan because I worked my butt off for 8 years after dropping out of college. So don't drop out of college if you're watching this, but I worked with my
Only
dad.
drop out of college if you want to be on golf courses and make a bunch of money and be in West Palm Beach right
I
now.
have a beautiful family.
Don't do it.
Thank
Don't
God
do
it
it.
worked.
Don't do
I got it
it.
worked out, but for like 8 years, dude, I'm working outside in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And it's hot in the summer welding, and you're supposed to weld with leathers on, and you got to take those off. I used to come home with burns all over my arms. My nails were dirty. We worked on trash cars.
Not dirty nails.
Yeah, no, they were dirty.
On trash cars?
Yeah,
Ooh.
so all the rail cars that
Stinky.
we worked on were all the trash from New York City that got hauled to Ohio and got dumped in Kentucky in these
Ooh.
landfills. And so we were working on cars that were dripping like everything.
Oh.
It wasn't anything to see like diapers and like use feminine products and like
I respectfully said feminine products.
rats
want him to
running
say?
through.
Pats. Dirty pats. So
No,
sorry.
but you're running into like everything that gets thrown away and it's dripping. You're underneath the car welding and it's dripping on your neck.
You
sometimes.
gotta stop saying dripping. It's freaking God. It sounds awful.
I remember
prove dripping.
going to the hotel room because we worked 2 hours away. So I'd wake up at 5 a.m, drive 2 hours, work 8 hours, and then drive home most of the time. So I'd leave at 5 and get home at 5 every single day. And in the winter, you would leave when it's dark and get home when it's dark. But I remember sometimes we'd stay up there because we didn't want to drive and going to check in to the hotel and then being like, oh, like literally doing like a full like, oh, because we smelled so bad.
You must be the most charming, delightful man in the world because you pulled your wife while you were a welder. So she was not repulsed by
That's
your
a
stinky
good
stink.
point. And that's why it's true love because, yeah, if you can fall in love with me then, it's pretty much through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay in school. Confirmed, unless you want New York City
Yeah.
sleaze slop dropping down your back.
Sleaze
Yeah,
slop.
it wasn't great. So now now it's ridiculous what I do now for a living. Like it's honestly
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah, it rules.
which is such a blessing. So I'm just happy to be here, man. I don't deserve it, but I'm lucky enough to make a couple of videos that went viral and I get to hang out with you guys. So.
Yeah.
That's you're so much easier to root for than just you see
Then
kids
some
that are
other
like
people?
100%.
Name 'em.
No, we're saying like if you like grew up in some like super nice private club and you
Yeah.
just always had you fought for it and
Yeah.
your talent really set you apart and you're of course going to be successful and you were.
Of course, you want to cheer for the stinky guy.
Yeah, for
sure.
The stinky
yeah.
guy?
Yeah, this is really
You don't
tough.
want to be around the stinky guy, but like you
I mean,
cheer
he
for him.
smells like right
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot
Some
deodorant.
things never
I forgot
change.
deodorant on the trip. By the way, if you ever come to PGA National, there's nowhere to buy deodorant because I don't have a car. You can't leave here, and there's zero deodorant on the whole resort. You'd think there would like be a stick of deodorant somewhere.
It's a real
Yeah.
White Lotus situation.
So I'm
Someone's
like
gonna
2.5
die.
days.
We don't know who.
No deodorant, so I'm kind of reliving the old glory days of being on the railroad.
I get it.
Oh wow, the nostalgia of it all.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
What I mean, I know you get this question. I'm curious though. What were the trick shots, the videos that first kind of took off? I know you found some really cool series the last couple of years, so I'm just curious about like
That-
back
yeah,
in the
when I
day
first
originally.
Yeah, the first video that went viral was I popped a champagne bottle. My wife was holding the bottle, and I hit the golf ball, hit the cork, and popped it off.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Right when like Flow Rida song opened up the champagne pop, added that music to it. By the way, back in the day, like it was way harder to create content than it is now. Like you couldn't just use your phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound old, like one of those guys like, oh, back in my day, you used to
We're-
have to use
that's
how old
real,
are you,
though.
bro? And
Are you 30?
34. 34.
Okay,
Yeah,
same.
getting up there.
Ancient.
A little old.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
32.
getting
We
to
remember like Zanga days. Like
Yeah,
we've gone through a lot.
Zanga.
Zanga? It's like MySpace. All right.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so no, you had to use a legit camera, and you had to use editing software, and you had to take a YouTube video of the song and download it to MP3 and then bring it over. It wasn't
Illegal.
just like
That was illegal.
Yeah, very illegal. Yeah.
Or you can go to LimeWire. Y'all remember those LimeWire
Yeah,
days?
Yeah.
I was a big
Bearshare,
LimeWire girl.
Kazaa,
Yeah.
Napster had all of them.
Napster's a big
Yeah,
one.
a lot of viruses.
Wait, how many champagne bottles exploded in the making of that first video?
No, the thing is, like, we got it within a couple of minutes. Like, I feel like early in my
Wow.
trick shot days, I got so lucky that I just didn't really know how hard it was actually to do that. Because I went back like a year later and was like, hey, let's do it again. And like I sat there for like 2 hours and went through like 5 bottles. Not that they would break, it's that they would just not work. I'm like, oh, maybe this cork is easier. Because I'd hit the cork and it wouldn't fly off. A champagne bottle is actually very hard to break. I mean, you can pretty much hit a full iron at it and, you know.
Really?
It might,
Really?
Isn't there a thing where people will like throw a champagne bottle against a ship, and if it doesn't explode, you don't marry that person?
Possibly.
Damn it. Look it up.
Minnesota needs to be deleted. It's just a mistake.
Professor Paul, look that up. I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I think people that are getting married, they take a bottle and they like swing it and it hits a ship, and if it doesn't break, that's like a bad omen for your marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
And maybe don't do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
Don't even take that chance.
I think it's an East Coast thing.
Maybe that should be the golfers now. Like, you just take a full iron to it, and if it just doesn't break,
doesn't break?
you're good to go.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Are there ever? I mean, speaking of that kind of, doing something for hours, are there ever ones that you're just like, I'm not going to get it? You have an idea and you're like, I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, sometimes I have an idea in my head. I go out to the course. I'm like, this is impossible. Like, who I think I'm Superman? Like, this is not even going to work at all. So there's definitely times where I'm just like, all right, that didn't work. And then the number one question I get is like, how long does it take?
Yeah. How many tries?
Obviously, yeah.
And I've had a bunch of videos that I got first try, but I've also had videos that one video in particular when I first started, it took me 8 hours to do. 8 hours.
What was it? What were you doing?
So I had a pool table, and I wanted to chip 3 ping pong tables with one shot, or 3 ping pong balls with one swing, and have them go into separate pockets. So corner, side, corner. Like it's ridiculous. Like, it's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
So I would get home from work and try it for 2 hours. It wouldn't work, and I'd go back to work and sleep and try it for 2 hours. So it took me 4 days of 2 hours of trying.
Wow.
And I was
Meanwhile,
living with
he's-
my brother at the
yeah.
time in the basement of his house. So like when I made it, he had a newborn, and I didn't have kids at the time. It was like 10:30 at night, and I'm just flipping out in the basement, like celebrating, cheering, and like I kind of cringe at some of the stuff that I used to do. I don't know
get it.
if you guys have
Yeah.
ever had that
100%.
experience where you go back and look at stuff that you did like 6-7 years ago, and you're like, oof.
No, not
All
really.
the
I'm
time.
pretty timeless.
Okay.
Okay, good. But it's just me then. But yeah, it was like I will not spend more than like a half hour on a trick now, just
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm so busy and with the kids and all. So
Yeah.
it's kind of gotten a little bit easier for me. Unless like a sponsor wants me to try something for a while, I will. But
Yeah.
usually now in between like 15-30 minutes to do a video.
That's good. I mean, it's probably because if you're not reaching it, it just saves so much time. Because I used to do like silly ones with like a football, like trying to throw like a football and like a basketball hoop or something.
Wait, hold on. You used to do these? Like you have?
Yeah, I have video. I
Do
can
you
show
have
you.
videos?
I can show you.
I gotta see some
Were
of
you
these
posting them?
videos.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have them like right. I just sent one the other day to some people. I used to like.
Did you start a new account? Like a?
No, I just did it on mine. It was like during the TikTok days when we were looking for something to do, and I could always throw a football pretty accurately and pretty far. So I would throw one. And I'm like, oh, there's a basketball hoop, and I'd like just throw it in
Dude,
there.
that's sick.
But I remember there's times where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll try it. But then you get so hyper fixated
Yeah.
that I'm sure the time limit is so nice.
No, it is nice, but I mean, I won't set myself to like 30 minutes now.
Right.
But I just get to a point I'm like tired. I'm like, all right, this is probably not going to work.
the average.
Yeah.
I've also had videos where I get them, like I said, with the champagne bottle. Like I got a video the other day, which I didn't know if it was going to work. I'm like, this is so hard, and I tried it and got it first try. And I'm like, if I were to do this again, it might take me an hour. Or two.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a
Yeah.
lot of luck and situations. Like you lip out on a hole where you're trying to make a trick shot, and it's like that little half an inch, quarter of an inch just could have cost me an hour or two just because I got unlucky.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's awesome that you used to do. I gotta see these videos.
I'll show you. I have them. I literally have like little clips. I used to just do it. I'm throwing them.
Yeah. And so for the YouTube version, we're gonna play a clip right now.
sick. Oh my, that was
Wow, that sucked. And we're back. Not impressive. Okay. We talked about this out on the course, and
He puts his hand.
this is a good YouTube one. You got to watch this. We're down at PGA
kissed-
National. Beautiful, beautiful background. Hannah's
You
sweating.
know what's really funny? Aaron, we just had Aaron stood up from this couch. There's a big sweat stain from his ass. So I'm
Sweet.
loving this.
Hey,
I'm
we're in
loving
Florida. I just played 9 holes.
It. When then you yourself afterwards?
No, I did not
Why
myself.
is it that wet?
It's swass.
Look how much room you have. You also keep pushing me farther away.
You don't have swass?
No, I don't have swass. I got normal glands.
He was chafing hard. Can we get an update on the chafe
He was
No, I feel
shaving.
great.
Okay, also time out. Sorry, gotta just tell you. Aaron made us go to Walgreens yesterday to get Vaseline because he
No,
shaved so
that was the
hard.
second place. That was the second
That
place.
was
we
the
had to
second
go.
place. We tried to go to Fresh Market. They didn't have it. I thought about getting you coconut oil, but I think that would have burned harder.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
hurt.
a full tub of Vaseline. I'm lubed up.
You'll never guess who had to put it on him.
It's just
No,
Vaseline.
I'm slippery as a seal right now. I'm good.
So that's the secret then. Vaseline before you go out.
Before you go out, yeah.
It doesn't help once it already happens. Right? Like,
It helps.
Does it help a little
This is
bit?
day 2, and I haven't thought about it today. Really?
Okay.
You saw me waddling
You did,
yesterday.
yeah, you were waddling pretty
I'm
hard.
like Danny DeVito as the penguin.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I mean?
I'm never
It's a
going to
good
unsee you as
reference.
that.
I
Show
had
that
a-
photo right
No.
now. But can you put Aaron's face?
I don't see it, but I see it in my head. And I
Yeah,
think
it's pretty good.
hilarious.
It kind of matches up.
We
I-
talked about this on the course. Sorry, as I was trying to say
Oh,
before I
sorry.
got distracted.
Is
from
that something
our
you guys do, by the way? To throw
No,
the
it's
hands
just
in?
us. It's just me. Oh, us.
We did that-
We shake hands a lot on a good joke.
Okay,
but
yeah.
just out of respect. We mentioned that maybe the hardest part about what we do is just finding the right ideas. Right, it's the initial creative process and getting ideas that you're really excited about. How do you do that? Do you? Because some of them have been very funny recently.
Thank
like
you.
it merges. You know,
Yeah.
they're like being good at golf, trick shots. There's the how fast my wife expects me to play, and your speed golf.
I
hitting
saw
it.
that. That was
Thank you.
crazy.
Thank you.
There's been a few of them, and they're great. Do you just go to the course, or do you have a note on your phone where they just come to you? Do you have like writing sessions? How does it work for you?
Yeah, I definitely keep notes in my phone as things come up. I find that like my best ideas come from like just turning everything off and thinking. Like I just need to be like in a quiet area and just not doing anything but just thinking. Also, obviously, take ideas off inspiration that I draw from other people or other niches that they're out there, or
Plagiarism.
stuff like that. But when I first started, I told you I was driving 2 hours to and from work. Like that was like where I had like a lot of my best ideas.
Just
Yeah.
thinking. I mean, you're just thinking of ideas.
Yeah, you're just sitting there. So now it's like the shower time for me. I lay with my kids every night to fall asleep, which is not good parenting, I know. But
Says
they,
who?
they can't
Daddy,
sleep.
read me a story. He's like, no, I'm thinking about my wedge.
Oh, I think he was saying that sleeping. What?
Well, they can't sleep unless I'm laying with them, right?
Oh.
So like
That's
I'll
so
read them a
cute.
story, but then I have to lay there in the pitch silent and not on my phone and just not move an inch until they fall asleep.
Wow.
So I use that like
Who's parenting
30
who?
minutes
Sounds
to
like-
think of ideas, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, that's one thing that I really admire about you guys is like how creative you've been, but continue to be for over this year and a half. And I think a lot of the questions people raised to me early on, like, yeah, these are cool, but like, when are you going to start running out of stuff? Like, when are you going to, and I'm like, probably never, as long as I just continue to think and innovate and change and be creative. Early on, I was doing a lot of juggling videos, and like now those kind of like weren't doing as well. So I kind of pivoted, moved from there. So it's all about, just continuing to just grow and change with what people like and want to see. So yeah, but it is probably the hardest thing. A lot of the things that I do, most people can do. Like if you give them a camera with enough battery and you give them a club and they sit there for long enough, they're probably going to eventually be able to pull it off. But the idea of the shot is the hardest part, right?
Sure.
So that's where you can really separate yourself.
Very interesting. I disagree with the last part. Not many people can do what you do.
I
There's maybe a
also-
couple where like, if you had like Jersey Jerry style, it might take several days, but eventually they can get lucky.
Yeah.
But there's 95% of what you do, a normal golfer couldn't do.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I also got to see you up close yesterday, like you and Aaron doing the match, and you're a very good golfer. You're just very
Thank you.
talented. So it's also
Thank
one of
you.
those things where I think there's that mirage that trick players also aren't good at golf, but you're just a very, very good golfer. So I would imagine there's a lot of things people can't do.
Well, I
and
appreciate that.
The
I mean,
speed and consistency that you do it.
I appreciate that. I think so. Like half the
You're
people,
fine too.
All right.
half the people, that don't really know golf as much that see what I do think I'm like Tiger Woods. Think I'm like the best golfer in the world.
Oh.
And then the other half think, oh, he's a trick shot guy. He's probably terrible. Can't break 100. I'm kind of somewhere.
Wait, time
in
out. Hold
between
on.
those
It's
two.
terrible if you can't break 100? What if you're just barely breaking it a little bit?
It's good. I think if you can break 100, that's actually a good thing.
Okay, cool. Keep going.
Terrible can't break 150.
Yeah.
Yeah. So You know,
All
so
right.
so I feel like it's people. There's a lot of haters out there, obviously, that are like, you know what, I don't like what this guy's doing. He's making himself look too good. Trying to beat me down to
Right.
reality. But one thing that I know is, and I tell my wife all the time, it's kind of hard to convince her though. Me being good at golf is critical for what I do. Right? If I show up to a sponsor's event and they want me to play a few holes and I'm not playing well, it's not going to look good for me, right? So,
Yeah.
and I'm also a golf instructor too. So if I'm teaching people how to play golf and I stink at golf myself, it's not
Totally.
a good look. So it's critical that I'm good at golf. So I spend time practicing. I try to play once a week. So yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
That is a heck of an advantage, like being down here, PGA Tour Superstore Summit. People don't know that I am an okay golfer. So
Good.
they're,
You're a good golfer,
They're
buddy.
very impressed,
Yeah.
which is great, where they're expecting you to be great.
Exactly.
So if you don't have your A game, they're like, I thought he was really
Yeah,
good.
like-
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we might want
Just
to
the
not
bar's
sign
low
this
for
guy
me,
next
which
year.
feels really good. Same for you. You were crushing some, and
I
the
had some-
fitters were
yeah.
like, dang.
Yeah, the couple people were like, I was fortunate. I had a couple of good shots stay in front of people, which always feels good because it is like, I tried to get in there when they're rotating.
Yeah.
And then I was hitting a hybrid. I hit a couple, spanked them. They were great.
That's
and then,
awesome.
but then you look back and there's a bunch of eyes, and they're
Yeah.
all like, do the thing. And you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's very scary. I
Yeah.
can't imagine like on a bigger platform and doing it. It's just, there is a nerve to it. It's nerve wracking.
Oh, 100%. And I think for some reason, golf, the nerves really affect you more than, because you just had Victor Cruz on here, but like you talk to these professional athletes and like they talk about how nervous they are to play golf in front of people.
Yeah.
And it's just different.
That's what he said. He's like, Super Bowl, barely thought about it. Whereas
Yeah.
like a pro-am, he's losing his mind.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's insane because maybe because you have to use all your little muscles together
Yeah.
and stuff. So one little tense
So
up,
much
it just
precision,
changes
yeah.
everything. But no, it definitely is nerve wracking. I mean, I do live shows, so like that's probably the most. And we talked about it. You guys do stand up comedies from here to there, right?
I do
You guys-
sandwiches,
Yeah.
improv, yeah.
Okay. Either way, I mean, that's for
Said
me.
it's so weird.
For me, that's got to be the most nerve-wracking thing of all time, right? But what comes close to that is live shows. So I have to perform in front of people, and it's okay to miss every once in a while, but you don't want to be standing there swinging and missing.
A lot.
Like you guys, you're not expected to be good golfers, but you don't want to be swinging and missing or duffing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
chumping.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
embarrass
yeah,
yourself. But Aaron is actually a very surprisingly good golfer. I mean, he hits the ball
Very surprisingly.
like 300 yards. Today we
Cranks.
played our match. We won't say who won, but he shot one over on the front nine
Good
at
job,
PGA
buddy.
National.
There's some
maybe,
mulligans and things in there.
We did play a mulligan thing, but I think I only used like 2 mulligans. So
Yeah, you're a good golfer.
yeah,
Thanks.
Also, and we'll say because to his horn, I don't do it often, so double record on this.
Oh, toot your little heart out.
To your little heart off for a little Aaron. Double record. Hit the record button one more time. Just make sure it's okay.
actually
and he
that
clicked it.
actually turns it off.
Okay, it's double recording. When it comes to the little creative process, you said like Aaron's very good at that. Like, because I would say you're like the head writer, comes with a lot of ideas, but it's such
Yeah.
an open, we'll talk about those things and you'll bring up ideas and
That's
there's a lot of
awesome.
space to do that improv and stuff like that. And that's how ideas grow and like having all these things. So not only you're a good golfer, you're a good director, good creator.
Hey, thanks. Well, we just have such a good team. Like
Yeah.
you and Jonathan, the other actors we use are so smart, add so much. The one, we posted a video last week, 2 weeks ago, about the thanks for playing slow.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed everyone added something really important to that video.
Yeah.
Like actors came up with a new bit. Seth, who was shooting and editing, had some really interesting. Like the music was perfect and the switch. I don't know. That was like we got a great team around us. That
100%.
added to
And
it.
not only are you guys funny and it's well written jokes, but the quality that you guys put out is like top notch. You
Yeah.
guys are professional from like start to finish. So
Thank you
it's
so
really
much.
cool to see what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Do you guys ever get the question like how are you gonna run out of ideas?
Ideas?
Is it gonna get stale? Like, do
Little
you
bit.
ever worry about something like that?
I think, yeah. I mean, yes. We have kind of diversified content a little bit. So we love sketches so much. And that's where we all come from, kind of
Right.
our first love. So we'll always do that. And that's what people will know us for. But doing more long form, doing the podcast now, we wanted to point back to comedic golf. I mean, I
Yeah.
laugh the most when I'm playing golf with my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like most golfers love that. Just going to play with friends.
Yeah.
Having some beers, just having a good time. So I wanted to just keep pointing to that. It doesn't matter if it's sketches or long form or podcasts. So
Right.
I don't really feel that pressure.
Oh, that's awesome.
No,
You know?
Yeah.
We also like it's a good think tank thing as just like natural comedians. I'm sure but like just we'll sit around in a room and have a little writer's room and in an hour, like you can come from like 2 ideas to 30 last time.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's just the
awesome.
comedy
That is
brain
so
just
cool.
like take a mundane thing and play with it. And so that's really cool to have think tanks. And I wonder,
Yeah.
I'm like, are all the ideas yours? Do you have people you can bounce stuff off of, or is it?
They're all mine, but now you guys are kind of opening my mind a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to like get a little think tank. The think tank sounds like you guys have fun. Though.
It's so fun.
We have a blast.
Yeah.
He said that you guys can be in a room for like 4 hours and not even realize like, oh shoot, it's been
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
how the couple writers' rooms we've done, I had a bunch of prompts and things to go through, but we just throw out one and then we just talk for 4 hours and laugh, and so
Yeah.
many ideas come from it.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know
in-
what it'd look like for you. It might be like, I guess people who are doing certain things it's hard for people to think of things that
Yeah.
you could do because it's so otherworldly for most golfers. You know what I mean?
But yeah, but even just chatting it out loud, I mean, because like you said, you're kind of steering to like comedy, like that last video on the hoverboard or whatever. But it's amazing what you can only see so much through your lens, and someone
Yeah.
else gives you something like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. Interesting.
100%. And like I said, you know, you guys are diversifying your content a little bit. I'm trying to do that myself a little
Cool.
bit. Obviously, posting more YouTube videos, like we did that match today. And like I always want to do trick shots, and that's one thing that I've been talking to my manager about is possibly a name change, just because I don't want me to be limited to just have to do trick shots,
Right.
Mm.
and you know, so we'll see, but that's I think it's always helpful to have people, you know, bounce ideas off of and to help you out there. But
Yeah.
like that's one of the hardest things for me was trying to get people. Like I would have ideas, but like trying to find people. Like early on, I had like, oh, it'd be a great idea, but I just need like 4 or 5 people, and there's no one that I know that can act, or they get in front of the camera and they're just like freaking out. So it's like I can't make these ideas even happen,
Yeah.
right? So you guys to have a crew like you do. Like you have all the tools in your hands. You guys have some great camera guys working for you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are all great actors. You're all funny. You all have great ideas. So
Thank
it's
you so
like,
much. Keep going.
It just works. It works. It's pretty easy for you guys. I feel like
I-
not to say it's not hard what you guys do,
No, I appreciate that.
but
Yeah,
it just
it's our
just
sweet
flows.
spot. Which is
Yeah,
nice.
For sure. Can I pitch you a new name for your handle?
yeah. Go for it.
What about from weld to wedge? That's pretty good. That's off the dome.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, from weld to wedge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You got to know the whole story or else you're like, what? But yeah.
But you could do a little top of the, like, you know, yo.
For sure. And you have good initials, JK. So you could be like, it's tennis, JK golf, JK golf.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not as good as mine, right?
How about Saint Joshe?
Oh, that's good too. I don't know if
Joshe.
Josh. Hey, yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
having to know the whole story, then you kind of need that for your name, right? So you don't
don't
really
need it.
to.
Here, a minute.
We just wanted it to look good on a shirt and not be like a joke, like a
Okay.
golf joke.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's like the joke brands out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Like
a
what?
pun.
Like
I don't even
HoleIn1
let
trick
name
shot.
'em. That's not a hole in one. It's just a reference.
I was
Oh, yeah.
telling Aaron today that my first name was actually HoleIn1TrickShots because the and one the
And a
basketball
mixtape.
group, the
The
mixtape.
professor.
Oh, I used to love those and one mixtapes. I used to go
Yeah.
outside and practice in my driveway. They were not cool,
Nope.
but I tried.
Did you
post those
actually?
videos?
I wish I would have tried. Yeah, I had brother.
you play basketball in
I
high school
did,
and stuff?
yeah. So I played a lot of basketball. My brother and I remember my mom got us like a camera, like one of those like developed ones, and we used to try and like pose like we were doing and one
That's
tricks up.
sick.
Bad, so
The
bad.
big baggy shorts.
Yeah, I thought we were so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
Nice,
had some of
cool.
those for sure.
Yeah, and one mixtapes. They
Would you
ruled.
say you're the best athlete in Saint Andre, or
That's actually a pretty good
We'd all say
question. Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I would say
I would.
someone asked me this once. I'm like, I think the thing that I have is I am at my core a natural athlete. So I'm decent at all sports. Like I never had one. I was like something that I'm pretty like good at, like basketball, but I pick up sports really quickly.
Gotcha.
So I think that's like a skill set that I have. Is that like I usually can figure out whatever it is pretty fast. And so
I like that.
I think I'm really good at the games side of sports.
like ping pong and stuff like that?
Ping pong,
Cornhole.
pool, darts,
Cornhole.
spike ball. I'm really good at.
You're a big spike ball guy.
Yeah, I was so good at spike ball in college.
Really?
And it was because the ultimate frisbee nerds hadn't heard about it yet. Then they started playing, and I was like, oh, I'm okay. I'm just okay at spike ball.
you go, oh shoot.
But I was in 3 tournaments, won 2 of them.
Oh hell yeah, brother.
Wow.
Really good.
From steel to iron. Because you did steel and now irons and
And you're a
clubs.
Steelers fan.
And you're a Steelers
Yeah.
fan.
Actually, that could work.
Congrats on the big win last night.
Mr. Steal your Mr. Steal your heart, but I was trying to think Mr. Steal your give me something.
Fart.
No.
Okay.
hey, you handshake after a good joke.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Whoa, what the
Okay, keep
heck?
thinking. Just sprout them. Just don't say anything. You just say that when you think of
I just think like Mr. Steal, you get Steal, but I wanted to think I was like, what's an H? Just something in golf that starts with an H.
hole.
Mr. Steal Your Hole.
Oh.
He's married. Why would you say that?
Steal Your Hole.
Well, you know, I was thinking a collaborative think tank. Your kids are like what, 4 or 5?
4 and 6.
When you get them in the content, that's free labor.
So yeah, 100%. I do get my son in the content a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Very cute.
one thing.
Does he have equity? Has
He
he
doesn't have
asked
equity,
yet?
but I actually paid him $500 to do a video the other day for me.
How
And
old
I'm
is
like,
he?
I need a video done. He's 6 years old. And I'm like, I'll give you $500 if you want to do this video for me. He's like, oh yeah, definitely.
$500?
Yeah.
What
And
do you have to do?
crushed it. It was a Rap Soto video,
Yeah.
and he had to like pretend like he brought. So the premise was like he has to go to the park with his sister and his mom, but he doesn't want to be at the park. He wants to be working on his golf game.
Mm-hmm.
So he brings my net, and he sets up the net, and he sets
the
up his
park?
Rap
Yeah.
Soto launch monitor, and he's just grinding while like his sister
It's like the
just
Target
plays on the
video,
playground. Yes,
but for him, that's
exactly.
great. That's so good.
And he did a little voiceover. It was great.
Love
Wow,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
rules. That's good. That's
But
good
yeah, so
parenting.
I think I would love to start making more content with him, because what I want to happen is I want other dads to be able to watch content with their sons and help them get, or daughters, and help them get into golf.
Yeah.
Because one thing we've been doing, Reese is starting to get into hockey a lot, and I was a big hockey player as a kid. And we watch YouTube videos of like father-son hockey, and he loves it. And like I
Yeah.
enjoy it too, but it makes
Totally.
him want to play hockey more.
Right.
And there's not much of that in golf right now. So
It's hard to be it if you can't see it.
yeah, exactly.
What?
It's hard to be it if you can't see it. Representation.
Yeah,
Oh, is
it's hard to
that
be a golfer if you can't watch.
Yeah, yeah. If you can't see them, you didn't see kids playing. If you see kids playing,
you got to see kids
yeah,
playing.
yeah,
hard to be it if you can't see it?
yeah.
Is that a gay joke?
Nope,
Hard to be it. Are you saying? Are you coming out to me right now?
nope. Just because I see you, that doesn't make me gay.
I don't know. Anyway, keep going.
I
So-
saw it, now I am it. That's not what I'm saying. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, keep going.
Sorry, we have one on a
No,
tangent.
I kind of forget where. no,
But
no.
it-
We're talking about your child.
There's a fine line of being like, okay, I want to make content with my child. Also being like, I don't want to be that guy who's like forcing my child into making content
For
and
sure.
then
'Cause that's a
growing up
real
and be like,
thing.
Dad,
Stage dad.
you put us through. And I don't want to ever be like out in the courts like, no, we're doing this. We have to film this video.
Son, you
And
gotta
he'd
be
be
more
Dad, I want to
excited."
go home.
Yeah.
No. Have some energy. Bring your energy up. What are you doing?
so I can have my alone time and think about ideas.
It's like go home and
can't
edit
keep-
and not play with you then either.
I can't keep sleeping every night in silence.
We are alarming
Oh,
the
sorry.
poor people. This pool.
Someone told me today, actually, it's kind of, I mean, the fact that he plays hockey is the closest, the closest in swing pattern to
yeah,
golf.
I told you that yesterday.
You did?
It wasn't someone or today, but it was me yesterday.
Wasn't someone today that was me yesterday.
No,
Someone really memorable told me that. Someone I really
Doesn't-
respect.
name
told
doesn't
me
ring
that.
a bell.
Name doesn't ring a bell. I'm not
Just-
entirely sure who it
just,
was.
oh, it's a trick shot guy. Oh, yeah, that guy.
He seemed valid, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
the
so
movement
funny.
of your body and how you have to stay down and rotate, like for
You
like
said
shots.
that during our lesson.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me.
Yeah,
Right,
but yeah,
come
no,
on,
hockey.
swing.
Hockey's a great sport if you want to kind of get your kid into it and want them to be a golfer.
Yeah,
when
and
he
if
gets
you
older.
hate your teeth,
yeah, if you hate your teeth,
And if you
yeah,
hate your
yeah,
teeth.
yeah,
Yeah,
teeth, yeah, I agree.
yeah.
And there's just also such good vernacular and banter in hockey, which I don't think golf has. Golf's a little hoity-toity.
Yeah.
You know,
It's got more fighting too. Like I would have loved to have fought Aaron today on the course. Like if that was part
I
of
thought
the
about it the whole time.
9 holes.
Nice.
Yeah,
You'd win.
depends.
He's not very
I'd outlast him. I think.
He's not very
but
confrontational.
He's probably pretty strong.
He's not very confrontational, though.
I'm not that strong.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I should say this,
Say
but
it.
I got here at midnight the first night, and there was a full-out fight. right
Yeah, I
here.
saw the video.
I heard.
There's a video.
And I got a video of it because I was like, should I break it up or should I just bring my phone out and take a video? And I brought my phone out and took a video.
Right, we're gonna
Gotcha.
show the video right here.
There it is. And this is the first time anyone's ever seen this video because I haven't shown it anywhere
Yeah.
else. So.
Wow.
Hey, I
Yeah,
just
so
want to
there
thank
was
you
a-
for being a bystander and not helping the situation,
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
but going viral.
Yeah, and this is our first World Star San Andre podcast moment. It's
Nice.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Okay. Speaking of World Star,
Speaking of World Star,
it's very different. I just needed to move on. Down at PGA National, PGA Tour Superstore Summit.
Yes.
Got to try out some of the Callaways yesterday. Real good. It's first time
Very
in Callaway
good.
in a long time. Loved it. All the other big brands are here. All the big OEMs, the big boys. Tell me about your relationship with Callaway. You've been with Callaway for a while.
Yeah, so they've been sending me gear for like 6 years now.
Cool.
I signed with them about 2.5 years ago, and they've been a great partner of mine. They come out with obviously great products. The Paradigm last year did really well. I think it was the #1 selling driver. This year, the driver's even better, the AI Smoke. So obviously, just love their brand. They've been really good to me. They give me all the tools I need to do what I do, but also just making really good products. And they're so easy to work for or work with, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're a great ambassador for them.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity to plug Callaway a little bit there.
For sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
Have you met Mr. Callaway? What's he like?
Mr. Callaway's awesome. He's actually a good guy. Yeah, great.
Is it-
guy.
is there-
Mrs. at the head
they're
of the company.
actually-
Why do you think it was?
Because I don't believe that women can be in power.
Have you guys
Let's
met?
be honest, women have periods and they get
Sarcasm.
emotional. Women can't, as a woman, I think I feel the most
we can't use
qualified.
Okay. All right, that's enough.
You didn't like it?
And then I
Have you
also
met Mr. Bridgestone? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Mr.
Tiger?
Bridgestone.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods. Yeah, Tiger
Oh,
Woods,
is
Tiger
it?
Woods.
Wait, so I
Well, we
actually
have that in
wanna-
common though, right? We both filmed with Tiger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we got that go for us.
But wait, real quick, it is Mrs. Callaway. There's a person is the last name
No.
based on Callaway.
No,
Oh.
no.
I have
there's
no idea.
there's
I thought that would've been really
There's
cool.
no Mr. Callaway.
I don't know. I
don't
don't know
either.
anything in golf. It's been really cool.
yeah, we're just joshing around.
All right.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Gotcha.
We did talk about that on the course today too. We've talked about on the podcast how I cried before we filmed with Tiger because it was a full it hit me and I was like, oh, we changed our life. This is a dream moment. He cried after meeting Tiger.
Well, why?
Well, I mean, so I got into golf at 11 or 12 years old, and my dad, I was a big hockey player, baseball player. My dad brought me out to a par 3 course, fell in love, but that's right around when Tiger started dominating. This is early 2000s, and he coming on the scene. So me and my dad would watch Tiger at the Masters every Sunday. Like, that was our thing. Like, Tiger was, and he made golf cool. He made me want to play golf and watch it. And so, like, I used to have dreams as a kid, and I'm not even kidding, this is stupid, of playing with Tiger Woods. Like, no lie, like waking up and be like, oh, shoot, that was a dream. I didn't play with Tiger Woods. So literally, when people say a dream came true, a dream came true that day. So I didn't start crying until I called my dad and was like, hey, thank you for getting me into the game. Like, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, I'm actually kind of like getting emotional right now, but like, that's when I started like just crying. I'm like, that was like, the hands down, everything just came full circle. His Nike commercial of him bouncing the ball made me want to start doing like trick shots. And then I was able in the long run to like reenact his Nike commercial in front of him. And it was just like the coolest moment of my life. Like it was, other than having my kids, obviously.
Of course. And
Yeah,
your wife.
and getting married.
Yeah.
And getting married.
That was amazing. I got a little AI smoke in my eye.
Yeah.
Really good.
And that is just so cute. Like you're right, because I've seen that commercial. I remember it's like ingrained in my mind. They did the bounce, and you really did, dude. You hustled. Like you worked 8 years doing the thing, and
Thank you.
you're living your dream. That's got to feel so rewarding and so cool. And what a cool thing to get to tell like your son and your daughter, like talking to him, like follow your dreams, work hard,
100%.
do the thing. That's very cool.
I actually blew up the photo of me and Tiger, and it's actually wallpaper in my son's room. So
That
it's-
rule?
it?
That
Yeah,
is
like
so
20 by
cool.
now.
Get to see your dad with
so
the goat. I actually think that'd be pretty cool to get to see your dad
Photoshop
like with the
my
goat.
son in there next to him. But no, I do have a picture of it in my house. And I do show Reese every day of my life. Like,
As you
that's
should.
Tiger.
Respect
Anytime
your
he's
dad.
on TV, I'm like, that's Tiger right there.
Yeah, you know what that is? That's
And then he sees like Dustin Johnson will be on TV. He's like, that you? I'm like, no, that's not me, son. I'll never be on the.
you two
TV.
kind of look. You could see that.
But I am
Dustin
in
Johnson.
I'm in the new Callaway ball commercial this year
Nice.
Whoa.
for
cool.
like maybe a second and a half.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. It's just like a picture of my face. But I'm like,
Dad,
Dad,
are you
I'm like,
swinging?
look, Dad's on TV.
Or it's just-
yeah, kind of.
Cool.
I'm just like addressing the golf ball.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey, that's something.
Hey man, that's you. That's your
Made
face.
it.
That's a golf move.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
that's a goal.
son, look at me. It's me and Tiger.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, we got to
Yeah.
scoot.
We got to scoot for sure.
Also, I do think women can be in power.
Yeah.
We're all concerned with your actual beliefs.
All right.
Yeah.
And there was a Ellie Callaway, pretty sure that founded Callaway. So there was a Mr.
Women.
Callaway. I think he passed away.
in
but-
STEM.
Women in STEM. All right.
But yeah, so yeah. No, but hey, thanks so much for having me on the podcast.
Thanks a
guys.
ton.
Thanks for
Josh
coming.
Kelly.
Thanks for
HoleIn1
having us.
Trick Shots. Maybe a new name soon. You
Hey.
broke that news
Yeah.
too. We'll see.
Hey, looking
We'll
forward
see.
to
If
it.
you have ideas, DM him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's start a little think tank.
Yeah.
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 Why not?
Be dope.
Josh Kelly, thank you so much. See you
Thanks,
soon.
guys.
We love you.
See ya.